Okay, you guys, so we are back with another video. In this video, we're going to talk about Riri, and there are some new things that are being discussed on the internet, and I want to share it with you guys to see what you guys think about it, okay? Now, in case you have been so busy and caught up with life, honey, last Sunday at around 1:30 p.m., Rihanna's home was fired at, honey. And this act was carried out by a woman that is named Ivana Lizette Ortiz. She lives in Florida and she drives all the way from Florida to California, honey. And she fired 10 shots at Rihanna's Beverly Hills mansion. There was an Airstream trailer that was parked on Rihanna's property. 3 bullets went into the Airstream trailer. She was targeting, right? And one of the bullets went actually inside the house, right? Inside the house, Rihanna's mom was there, the nanny I'm learning, and the 3 kids. There were a total of 10 people on the premises. Rihanna and Rocky, they were in the Airstream trailer. That could be their little studio or their little love nest, for their own little personal time, right? For them to smoke and do whatever they do, drink. Maybe Rihanna doesn't want to do that in the house with the kids, and maybe that's what they do in the Airstream trailer while working on music, etc., right? No, the internet has a lot of questions like, how did this woman get Rihanna's address? Like, how the heck does she know Rihanna's address? And as such, many people believe that this act was orchestrated by someone in the music industry. A few critics have been naming Jay-Z, but to keep it real and to be very honest, Jay-Z doesn't work like that. No. Jay-Z is not that kind of person to be hooked up with some crazy woman and all of that jazz. No. One of the main concerns is that many people want to know, how did this woman come by Rihanna's address, right? And this is what I'm going to tell you guys. And this is unfortunate, but it is so true. There are some companies available where you can pay them a fee and you can actually get the address of these people and certain details on these people. And I didn't know about this until maybe 2 or 3 years ago. Once you're in the government system, these people know how to extract your information, right? So, and I've seen a content creator on here talking about it maybe 4 years ago or maybe 6 years ago. At that time, I wasn't doing YouTube, so maybe it was about 6 years ago. And the content creator basically showed you the site that you could go to. You pay them a fee and you could get certain information on people, even celebrities. People sell people information. And also too, it's not hard to get these celebrities' address. But you know what is hard? To know the exact house. That part is something that you have to know specifically, right? Because let's say for example, Kim Kardashian. We've heard about Kim Kardashian Hidden Hills mansion. So it's not difficult to find Hidden Hills. And for Rihanna, we've heard Rihanna lives in Hollywood. She lives in Beverly Hills, California. It's not hard to find it. But there are several communities in Beverly Hills. They're different communities. So the fact that this woman knew Rihanna's house, it means that when she shoot up that house on Sunday, that wasn't her first time there. I believe personally she has been staking out Rihanna's property. And this is where I agree with the internet. The internet has been saying normally when shooting incidents occur, the police department has always been sharing 101 surveillance footage with the internet to say this happened, that happened, this is on this date, this is on that date. So they're saying, how is it that the police department is not showing you how this woman staked out Rihanna's house? Because it cannot be her first time there. I know in my heart it wasn't her first time there. And it is also believed that there was an Hispanic male in the car along with Ivana Lizette Ortiz. It is believed that because after she did the shooting, the police report said that she was accosted 30 minutes after she did the police shooting, right? But if you should pull the court documents, the court documents is just so sketchy. On the court details, it was saying she was arrested, or maybe that is when she was officially booked and charged the following day, and maybe that's why it's showing the following day to be the official date that she was booked and charged, because the incident took place on the 8th, I believe, and then when you look at the court documents, it is saying that she was arrested on the 9th. So it could be that she was officially booked on the 9th, even though she was arrested on the 8th. That could be the case. That part of the court document is still sketchy to me. But she went into court 2 days after. When she went into court, Rihanna was in the courtroom. And we saw the video. I shared a video footage of the courtroom. We didn't see her. We didn't see Rihanna, but based on the court details, Rihanna was in the courtroom. Now, what critics are saying is that someone in the industry wants access to Rihanna's masters. They're saying that Rihanna was offered a deal, right? It was a pretty penny to buy some of her masters. A lot of celebrities, they have been selling their masters since of recently. We saw Justin Bieber did that, I think last year. And when Justin Bieber was doing it, Scooter Braun was telling him that it was a bad timing. He should wait until like January. Don't sell it so late in the year. Sell it in January when you would pay less taxes on the sale and you would get a better money on it. But still yet Justin Bieber went ahead and did his thing. And a few days ago, we heard that Britney Spears was selling some of her masters. So the internet is saying that because Rihanna owned all of her masters, someone has made Rihanna an offer for her to sell some of her masters. And it was a pretty penny and she refused the offer. So with Ivana Lizette Ortiz shooting up her house, it is said that was like to send Rihanna a message. It's either you're going to sell us this or else this is going to happen. But that is all allegedly. We don't know if that bear any ounce of truth to it, because the woman is crazy, we can see, and she has a wild past. But the thing that is questionable is that where the hell did this woman learn to shoot an AR-15 assault rifle? Have you ever seen the AR-15? It's not hard. It's not that it's hard, but think about her firing that, Like, you have to be like, what the heck is going on? So think about her firing that size gun while driving. She's an expert at shooting. Based on her police records, she's an expert at it. But for that size rifle, and for her to be driving fast and firing shots, and the shots seems to be so calculated at a building, like boom, 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 boom. And she was firing like, going wild. So as such, this is why critics are saying that the woman shooting up Rihanna's mansion was meant as a warning to Riri, because Riri is refusing to sell some of her masters, right? But it's all allegedly, it's all a theory, but the internet does have some good points bringing out. How did that woman fire a AR-15 assault rifle while speeding fast? And how did she get Rihanna's exact home location? That's another good one, right? And I believe that was not her first visit to Rihanna's home. No, guys, I have to say this, and in all honesty, I don't want to be a part of the conspiracy theory, but at this point, it's kind of hard not to be, because when you look into what the court of public opinion is debating, like, how is it that we're not seeing any surveillance footage being released by the police department to show you how did she drive on the street? Was she on the street before? Because she had to be on that street before. Like, who? How did she get the exact location? Getting Riri's address is one thing, but knowing the exact house, how did she get that information? And as I've said, I know in my heart that's not her first visit, because ain't no way you're gonna just drive all the way from Florida and you were on social media saying that God is going to kill Rihanna. And when God kills Rihanna, right, God is going to lift you up. And then you fire shots at Rihanna's home. That means she knew where Rihanna's home was, right? Where did she buy the gun? We're not getting any of that report, right? We're not hearing, where did she buy the gun? Is this a gun that she has owned previously? Did she use this gun previously to target anyone else? Because she has previous shooting incidents. She does, based on police records, right? And she was put in an institution by the police. She was put in an involuntary institution because she was just out here being a nemesis to society, and she tried deleting her ex-husband, right? Based on reports of past domestic disputes. And then after she tried deleting the man, she went to the police station and she accused her ex-husband of domestic abuse. When the police did their investigation, they realized that she was the one who was doing the abuse. The police realized that she was just, because they would get reports of her. They have several mugshots of her. So she wasn't arrested just the first time, second, third. I think this is the fifth, if not fourth time this woman has been arrested. And because of her history to be of unsound mind, that is why her bail was lowered. But my point is, I agree with the internet. I don't want to be out here being a part of the conspiracy theory, but it's hard not to question, where are the surveillance footage? Or is it that the police department, they're holding on to it for whatever reason? Is it that because this is Beverly Hills and it's an address that is for the rich and the famous, they're not releasing it? But even then, they have a way wherein they can just zoom in, show you the car on the street, and show you the people in the car. Like, you're telling me that these celebrities, they normally have cameras, the neighborhood have cameras all over. There's no surveillance footage showing you she was probably there on this date and she was probably there on that date. There's no update on the case. So the internet is talking. And I mean, if we're not getting any updates, because I checked today to see if there was any updates. And when I checked, it was just the same old reports that I'm seeing. There's nothing new coming out. And that is why people are questioning. Why is it that we're not seeing the video footage of this shooting incident? It can't be that it was never captured on camera. And they want to know, why is there no additional surveillance footage that is being released by the police department? Like, this is so tight-lipped. It's given the sense that, and this is why the internet is saying there are more people involved. We heard about the possibility of an Hispanic male, but the internet believes that there's more to it than Ivana Lizette Ortiz and this possible Hispanic male. They believe that people from the industry are connected to this, and they believe it has to do, now I'm hearing, with Rihanna's masters. She's refusing to make a deal on the masters. I don't know if that is true, and I want you guys to take it with a grain of salt, but it is so questionable about the Sh00ting. Yes, she's crazy. She's a crazy woman. This is nothing new that she has done, but the question remains is that why aren't we hearing more from the police department? Why aren't we seeing any surveillance footage of what took place? Why aren't we seeing any surveillance video showing us that she was there before? And how many days prior before the Sh00ting has she been staking out Rihanna's premises? And how many people have been staking out Rihanna's premises? How did she obtain Rihanna's address? Did she buy it from a site? We're not getting any details. And when the public, they're not getting any update, people are going to assume, they're going to form their own opinion, and they're going to make their own assumption of what they believe happens. And one thing I know for a fact, and two things for certain, is that oftentimes when you see the internet together on one accord and saying something is not adding up, the internet is never wrong. When they come together and say something is missing, the woman is crazy, but something is not adding up, I definitely believe it 110%. But that's all I have to talk about for now, because I'm searching for updates and I'm going to keep checking. And you bet your ass, once there's an update, once there's a press release, I'm going to come back and update you guys, because a lot of people care and love Rihanna, and we want to know what the heck is going on. Why did this happen to Riri? And is Rihanna and her family safe going forward? We want answers, we have questions, and we want to know. We're happy that Riri and her family, they're okay, but we want answers. And can you imagine if we want answers? I hope Rihanna and her family, they're getting answers from the police department. Because, I mean, even if you're going to tell Rihanna it's a crazy woman, Rihanna is nobody's fool. Why is this crazy woman targeting her? How did this crazy woman get her address? Has this crazy woman been to her address before? She's going to have those questions. And any well-thinking person would, right? But let me know what you guys think. We're going to talk some more in the comment section, because this, honey, it is a wake-up call. Peace.